All right, welcome everyone to today's class, and today we will explore pranayama and the intricacies of breath. So it's been okay, one moment. All right. So first we will do two meditations today, two types of meditations today. Breath meditation. So basically, we have to understand first of all the right method of breathing. So when you are stressed, right? When you are stressed, do you notice, for example, when you are anxious or stressed, what's your breathing? It's very shallow, correct? Everyone agrees? Yes, right? Everyone agree with that?
If I'm stressed, I'm probably not noticing what my breathing's doing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So we are not aware of our breathing. So that's the biggest problem that we see in breath. So we have to practice. So there are two things that affect a behavior, which is a general cause of disease is one, the emotion that we go through, right? So we all go through stress and emotions. So the emotions that we go through, we create a certain behavior to express that emotion. So suppose I get upset. So my way of expressing being upset might be anger. And then the breathing follows that emotion. Okay. Now you can be angry. Okay. You can be angry. Sometimes with kids, you need to be angry. But then you should not lose the calmness behind it. Means you can show anger without actually becoming angry. You can still remain calm. You can be angry for a moment. For example, whenever you are expressing an emotion, that emotion shouldn't last more than a minute until and unless you are like a soldier or something in a battlefield. There you cannot be relaxed, right? I'm going to shoot. No, you have to be. But in general, when you have to respond to some stimuli, to some stress, you have to relax. You have to hold that emotion not more than a minute or two. Okay, and then you should, because after that, then you allowing it. So there are two things. Remember, one is behavior, one is breathing pattern. Okay, these are the two things that actually affect you. One is behavior, one is breathing pattern. So if we develop a good learned behavior, so breathing pattern depends on your learned breathing behavior. If you haven't learned deep breathing at all, then you never respond with a deeper breathing. Okay, so that's the thing. So we should learn deep breathing, we should practice deep breathing. That in that way you will be able to respond to any stimuli. Now when you breathe in deeply, when you breathe in sort of deeply, calmly, all the lactic acid, all the stress that you have developed, everything goes away. And your sugar levels, your insulin levels, your cortisol, everything becomes normal or at an optimum point. So it's all about breathing. So today we will explore. So one of the things that we don't do is breathe deep. So when you do yoga, so how do you breathe? Okay, there are two types of breathing. Okay, this is your, so this rib cage, so this part here is your diaphragm, right? So everybody knows, correct? Everybody knows you have a diaphragm, right? So we all have a diaphragm here. Now there are two types of wrong breathing that we can do. Okay, one is breathing with the clavicle. I'm just exaggerating, but usually if you notice, very shallow and you are moving this part. Okay? very shallow, and you're moving your shoulders. How many of you do that? Some of you, right? You notice, right? You're just breathing here. Second, you breathe down, but only your belly. Only your belly, right? Your diaphragm is not moving. Now, it doesn't have to move all day. Okay, it doesn't have to move all day. You can breathe simply into your chest, slow, and then you can breathe out. Now, these are the two wrong behaviors. So, what is the right behavior? Okay, in breathing. So, if we practice deep breathing for some time in a day, then the rest of the day, whenever given an opportunity, you will be able to breathe deep. That becomes your learned behavior. But if you haven't practiced deep breathing at all, that does not become your learned behavior. You breathe in a zigzag pattern. Actually, if you measure your heart whenever you are in anxiety, it's like a volcano eruption, the same earthquake or a volcano eruption. If you measure your heart rate,
Like the EKG graph.
EKG, yeah, with the EKG, I was about to say that. So with the EKG, it's the same pattern. So that's how you respond to anxiety. So the only way to counter it, to calm, is your learned behavior. If you have learned to remain calm, if you have learned to breathe deeper, then you can absorb the pressure. Okay? So let's do some heavy breathing, what we call Kapalbhati. Right? Kapalbhati is not exactly Kapalbhati, but I want you to stimulate your diaphragm. Okay, let's get into a good breathing, right? So what you do is, now in general, we just first 2 minutes, just let's notice your breathing. Okay, all of you just breathe in normally and observe for a couple of minutes, for 2 to 3 minutes. Just observe. Where do you breathe into? You breathe into your chest, you breathe into your belly, you breathe into your shoulders, you breathe into your clavicle. So just take 2 minutes. Okay, normal breathing. Don't try to manipulate the breathing, like now because I'm saying you breathe deeply. No, just observe your breathing. Okay, just observe. Okay, just observe your breathing. Now, as you observe your breathing, okay, I'll give you 1 more minute. Keep observing. Don't try to manipulate, means don't try to change something, right or wrong, it's okay. Whatever you're breathing. All right, 30 seconds more. 30 seconds more. All right, here we go. So who would like to share? Just quickly.
I'm pretty much chest breathing,
You are
but
pretty
you know,
much
I
just
can't
breathing.
say I was breathing into my chest, not really holding bandhas. But I can't say if that's the way that I breathe when I'm not noticing, because
Now
I'm not
you are
noticing.
aware. Okay. All right, quickly, we'll do this very quick. Sonal.
So I observed I was like breathing from my chest.
You are
I could
breathing
feel my breath in my chest, which
In
I
the
have
chest.
never ever tested until today.
Okay. All right. But you are moving your shoulders or your ribs or what? Nothing. Just soft.
No, Oh, that was all like not. I was not moving any
Not
of
moving
those.
anything. Okay. All right. Great. Anybody else?
From the stomach, Yogi Ji, for me.
From the stomach. Okay. Ruchi ji. And who else?
Mine, I think shoulder was moving a little bit.
Shoulder was moving a little bit. Okay. Jasmine?
The belly is moving. I feel like I'm breathing from the belly, but everything's kind of moving.
Okay. Do you feel the belly is weak, or it's like that, or it's fine?
Weak in what way?
Like
Muscles?
Yeah, muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's weak. Okay. All right. Okay. Only Dipti and Sheetal are left. Anybody would like to share? Otherwise, it's fine.
Mine is mostly the chest. I could see the ribcage raise and fall.
Ribcage.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
All
That's
right.
pretty-
So now let's do something. Okay. We'll do this exercise for about 3 minutes. Okay. This is not for a long breathing. Okay. Because this is like hyperventilation. Whatever Dave calls like Wim Hof or something. But we are only trying to activate some deeper breathing here with your intercostal muscles. Okay. So what I want you to do, you can now observe carefully. Now breathe in. Now when you breathe in, so first of all you expand. So it should open up like a wave. Like you open up this rib cage here, right? The diaphragm is like a little thick layer here. Then the diaphragm. So then as you open up the upper abdomen, right? The upper side of the abdomen. So that's why when you sit in Padmasana, although it's not compulsory, then the lower abdomen gets locked. Okay, but that's not compulsory right now. But if the upper abdomen, then the diaphragm has a chance to go down. Okay, blow it up fully and then with all force. It's like, the Sanskrit alphabet, ka. Right? Doesn't have to be a ka, but you breathe in slowly. Okay, you're taking in a lot and then fully breathe out and squeeze in your tummy. Okay, then slowly breathe in with your nostrils. You can do it with your mouth also. You can do it with your mouth also, and then fully breathe in, nose or mouth. Breathe in fully, expand. I want you to feel this expansion here. Okay, because I've noticed that as you grow in your asana practice and you expand, okay, and when you do the Surya Namaskar V position and you're able to expand here when you breathe in, oh my God, then you slowly, of course in Surya Namaskar you slowly breathe out. Okay, you don't throw out your breath, but here this is an exercise to just exercise this. Okay,
When you quickly throw out the breath here, is it from the top down or bottom up?
it goes up like this, right?
So
it's like a wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you breathe in like a wave and then okay, and notice your belly should go in. Okay, so can we do that now?
So you're contracting at the breathe out, the
yes,
fast breathe
so
out.
breathe in, slowly breathe in, but
Expand.
fill up like a balloon. Fill up. Okay, and
Should
then
we-
see,
should
I
we
want
not-
you to move this. I want you to feel the rib cage here. Okay, I want you to feel the diaphragm. Okay, here. And eventually in yoga, you move the upper part of the belly. Okay. All right. Let's do this. This will strengthen your intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles are all the way here, and then your diaphragm. All right. Okay. Let's go.
One
All right.
question.
So-
Should we lock our belly?
You don't. No. So you breathe in. See, in yoga, eventually what happens is your belly becomes smaller, right? So now what is happening is but till the belly button, till the upper part of the belly, okay, when you breathe in, that's the right method of breathing. You can blow up till here, okay, till your belly button. That's the right method. Okay, then the lower part of the belly button remains in. Okay, that's optimum breathing. So you are filling it up here, and then
So we're still holding Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha.
Uddiyana Bandha is not compulsory right now, but if you do it, if you are used to it,
if
that's
you talk
good.
about holding the belly button, that's Uddiyana Bandha.
Yeah.
You talk about holding the belly button in.
Yeah, but here we slowly train. I don't know if you are trained to hold. If you are trained to hold the waist belt, okay, if you hold the waist belt, what happens? Then you are forming the Uddiyana Bandha, but you are not taking in the part above the belly button, so you can fully blow it up.
That's a good way. So you hold the hand like this on the belly button.
Yeah, correct.
And then above this plane of the hand.
So Kapalbhati?
Kapalbhati is different. Kapalbhati, you breathe into here. You are clearing the kapha here. Kapalbhati I will do tomorrow. Okay? But today we are just learning the diaphragm breathing. Okay? This is the deeper breathing. All right, let's get started. So breathe in. Feel here.
And we can be out through the nose if we want, if it works, huh?
No, here we just do with the mouth. See the body increase. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now we are doing it forcefully. We want to activate. Okay. Okay. Activate your diaphragm. Okay. Feel your chest expansion. Feel your diaphragm. Feel your upper part of the belly. So you are actually working these muscles. Okay. Now do it slower. Your breathing should be inhaled even deeper. Take it all that you got. Okay, breathe in.
I'm numb already.
Yeah. That's the thing. You will become numb. You are throwing it out. Your air pressure balances. It's very good. Okay. Don't worry. We are not doing this forever. Okay. We are just doing it. Couple of minutes.
I'm not worried. It feels nice, actually.
Yeah. So that's.
I'm worried about killing brain cells, but
No, it won't. It won't.
maybe more like pruning brain cells.
Yes. This activates. Yes. Everybody feeling relaxed, right? Now, one more minute. Just
I
5
feel
to 6
lightheaded.
more times. Huh?
I feel lightheaded.
You feel lightheaded. Okay. Not too much. Let's do it maybe 30 seconds more. Okay. 3 or 4 times. Very good. Okay. Everyone's doing it very nice.
But
Right,
that
so-
numb is exactly what makes the cold water tolerable.
Okay. Now you have the answer. So great.
Now you know.
So my breath festival work. Okay, great. All right. So now what we do here, now that you worked up your intercostal muscles, now what you can do is you can hold your lower abdomen in. Now this is pranayama breathing. Okay, now we get into pranayama. So now you understand the benefits of with diaphragm. You breathe in deep, right? You breathe in much more than what you normally do. So now what we do is you can do Jnana Mudra. Okay, I always bring in the Jnana Mudra. Okay, very beneficial, improves your lungs. Okay, now breathe into your. So now you can hold your lower abdomen in if you want. See, waist belt only, not the upper part of the abdomen. Okay, only the waist belt. Okay. So then you breathe in. So now let's do it slow. Okay. Breathe in and now feel your diaphragm, like fully expand. Keep your back straight, right? I'm feeling the nice expansion here. And now slowly leave it out. Slowly contract. As you contract the belly, you contract the diaphragm. Now slowly do it. Now this is called as Ujjayi breath. Okay, Uttajayate, victorious breath. So if you get this right with practice, you can overcome any disease. Okay. So, but you have to get to, that's why asana. So pranayama is followed with asana. However, you can still do it. So, but open up nicely and then slowly. Now this time you leave it really slow. You won't feel lightheaded now. Now you will feel more energized. Okay, leave it really slow. Like a calm. Jasmine, you're okay?
I just had to watch my daughter.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. I was like, you were saying lightheaded, so I was like, okay, fine. All right, relax. Now do it.
I just have to make sure I'm not too close to the back edge of this ottoman I'm sitting on.
Yeah,
If I were to go back, that wouldn't be.
Yeah. One thing very important to notice: the back of your chair is not your friend. The back of the chair makes your back.
This one has no back, and then there's a concrete floor about 1.5 feet down. So
Okay.
I just have to not. If I get lightheaded, I have to make sure I'm safe. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Now let's relax. Breathe slowly. Now mentally you can imagine the expansion in your diaphragm. Slowly breathe out. Okay. Feel the diaphragm this time. Breathe in and then the inhale meets the out breath. There is no holding. Okay. Until you introduce kumbhaka, which is later on. Now you will feel very calm. So what happens is then you get the strength. So when you breathe in, you get the strength to actually open up your rib cage. Very calm, very slow. Now keep feeling the pulse. And now this will be very good. So when you feel the pulse, breathe in. Actually, when you expand your diaphragm, I'm seeing when you expand your diaphragm nicely, your back becomes straighter. Okay. Slow. Now hear the sound of the breath. Now get into the habit of hearing the sound. So you can visualize. So when you breathe in and you are expanding the diaphragm, you are feeling your pulse, you are visualizing, and then slowly, it's like a wave. Then slowly your lower abdomen, belly goes in, diaphragm goes down, and you're slowly breathing out. It's like a smooth wave. And that is how breath should move. So the thing is, when you're angry, your breath is rough. That is pitta. No, not rough. It's like very hot, right? So when you're dry, depressed, it's like rough. It's vata. But this is like smooth, calm. It's a balanced breath, right? So that is why it's called Uttajayate, victorious. So this can overcome blood pressure, stress, everything, right? So now learn to breathe with your diaphragm. So deeper breathing, slower, calm, okay? So 3 things, it takes a bit of time to be aware of the pulse, at the same time to be aware of the diaphragm, Upper part of the belly, slowly breathe out. You should hear that sound like a wave of an ocean. Right? So wave motion. All right, your shoulders remain stable.
So you slight constriction in the back of the throat to govern the speed of the exhale. So using the valve at the back of the sinus to govern the speed of the exhale.
No, you can just relax.
But in order to make that sound, I'm constricting a little bit back in the back
Yeah,
of the throat.
that's okay. But eventually, you don't need to constrict. When you calmly move and you become aware of that sound through the throat, you hear that sound natural. It's a natural sound that you hear. All right, everybody's getting the wave sound? Yeah, you can just move your head violently. No, relaxed. And you're getting it. Okay, now breathe in. Now let's get into like a rhythm. Like I'm hearing the sound of my own breath. Now let's get into a rhythm. Slow. And the out breath, the slower, calmer you do, your body, your mind becomes that way. Because when you breathe out, your carbon, your bad airs, your toxins, all the imbalances, everything's going out. Now let's add a count. When you breathe in, at least 5 in and at least 8 to 9 out. So that is the count. So 5 seconds, that's like an optimum inhale. And then slowly breathe out. So as you breathe out, the optimum exhale, minimum should be about 7. So your exhale is more than your inhale because you breathe slowly, calmly. And then you can go up to 9 like that. Okay, let's do a mental count. So I breathed in 5. And I breathed out 8. So to breathe a little bit more, you can take your tummy in. So breathe out more. So when you breathe in, you are aware of your diaphragm. So as you expand the diaphragm, the upper part of the belly naturally expands, and then slowly breathe out. Then after you breathe out fully, to get to that 8 or 9, you take the lower abdomen in. Okay? Relax your breath. Now let's do this for about 3 minutes. So when I breathe in, I can feel a nice rib cage expansion here. You see fully expanded, and then slowly breathe out. It should be like a soothing air, soothing flow. Very soft, soothing flow. Just like you have an AC, like the air, like soft. You have a soft AC, like a smooth flow. Because the more smooth you make the air, now it's affecting your vata, it's affecting your pressure, it's affecting your balance of the air. Okay? So meditate on your breath. The out breath, make it slower, slower, calmer. Count it mentally, keep the count at least 5 in, at least 7 to 8 out. Slow.
Could use a piano metronome. No metronome, a ticker. You can set it for any cadence. It goes tick, tick, just to help count. Can I get one to tick, or each person has their own tick?
Yeah,
so,
no,
right?
let everyone do their own. Yeah. So mentally count. Alright. So in this, you don't hyperventilate, you don't feel numb or lightheaded, you feel more energized actually. So this is called Ujjayi breath. So, but the sound that you hear, but it's called Oceanic breath. In English, we use the word Oceanic, but it's Ujjayate, victorious breath. Breathe in nicely into your heart. Now, breathe into your heart. In the diaphragm, as you go, now you can visualize your heart. So once you get used to the rhythm, now you can breathe deeper. You can see
So,
the oxygen in your heart.
Okay, so while exhaling, we are not constricting the stomach, or we have to at the end. Just exhale normal and then constrict to
first
take
leave
out
out the
breath.
air. Okay.
Sorry?
First leave. See, this anyway, when it expands, when you breathe, it will slowly go in, right? It will slowly go down. Correct?
Yeah.
But then the belly, see, I said you breathe in 5 and you breathe out like 7, 8.
8. Yeah.
So after 5, 6, you will see that
Constriction.
then you have to constrict to throw the rest of the air out.
Fair. Yeah, got it.
See, the
Okay, just
more
make it
air
clear.
you can throw out, the more your body gets detoxed. What comes out of you is CO2. 50% of your detoxing of the body takes place with throwing out carbon. So the longer you breathe out, the more the carbon, the more the toxins are thrown out.
E.g., is it the diaphragm that also causes the upper part of the chest to expand? What is it that
Yeah, of course.
when I
It's
fill
here,
all the way up, this upper part, is that also diaphragm doing that?
yeah. So
filling
this is
this part
intercostal muscles, okay, all the way here,
Intercostal.
and then it expands into the diaphragm here.
Intercostal means inter-rib, in between ribs?
Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's do next 2 to 3 minutes very silently. Now I will chant 5 times Om. That will make the rhythm deeper. So breathe in. As you breathe out, Breathe in. One more time, deep breathe in. All right. So now continue with the oceanic breath sound. So mentally count about 6, 5, 6. You can extend or at least 5 and then slowly come out to about. All right, let's do this 2 more minutes and then we will wind down for today. All right, wonderful. So that is for today. Relax your legs, relax your breath. So that was quite an exercise. Let me just close the live broadcast. We are done with the live broadcast for today. Thank